Hey everyone, this is so hard for me to say as the D-Day was just on Friday, but I really need to get this down and see what the road looks like going forward. I haven't been in this sub much, so forgive me if I don't use the correct terms. We M30, F32 have been together for 7 years, married for 5, and we have 2 children together. Things have been up and down over the years, but our lows haven't been marriage-ending. Over the last few months, things have been very rocky. More arguing, disagreeing, and fights. Fights escalating to yelling and name-calling and me packing my stuff and sleeping in my car. We haven't been on the same page for pretty much the whole year. I noticed a change in her behavior over the summer. She was spending more time away from home by taking smoke breaks that lasted for hours at times. She claimed she was listening to music, talking to family, and just getting away from the hectic part of our life with the children. I understood because I know that it can be overwhelming dealing with the family stress. But it became excessive, so much so that I felt so lonely because she was barely around. The tipping point was on Halloween when we took the children out trick-for-treating. She got a phone call that she was acting super sketchy about. She went away from us to answer it, and her body language showed she was trying to hide who she was talking to and what they were talking about. I made a mental note of that, and we finished our night. I woke up the following morning and went through her phone to make sure I wasn't just assuming anything. There was no record of her getting a call at the time we were out. Weird. I went to her pictures and saw she had a screenshot of her talking to an unsaved number and multiple instances of this. I went to her messages and nothing was there, but the deleted screenshots showed that she was messaging the guy. I called the number under the guise of being someone he knew, and he told me everything. He said he knew her, worked at the same place, and would chill with her. I got into it with him once I revealed I was her husband, but kept it short, since my beef was really not with him, it was with her. So I came home and confronted her. I gave her a chance to tell me, but she didn't. So I told her what I knew, and showed her what I had on her. She then told me when she would disappear for hours, she would go see him at work and smoke, drink and listen to music. She says they never got physical and she just enjoyed his company. It's hard for me to believe this because during the conversation she admitted to sending him nude videos in the shower, which I saw in her deleted videos. I called a divorce lawyer to hear my options and have a strategy session. I don't want a divorce and want to reconcile. I'm just not sure what to expect and how to actually get past this. I feel like shit, self-worth in the trash and confidence at an all-time low. She quit the job, blocked his number, has been remorseful, and also says she wants to keep our marriage. That went into my decision to stay, as I can see that her character hasn't been this way the entire time. So maybe it was truly just a rough time. There's no excuse, but I believe in second chances, as I've ducked up in the past in other relationships and was given a chance. What do you think, Reddit? Am I wrong for not just leaving? What can I expect? Thank you to any and everyone who responds. Update. First and foremost, I have read every single comment and have taken a moment to understand where everyone is coming from. I appreciate the advice more than you know. We have our first session for MC today, and after that, I will know more of what I think will be best to do. I don't know for sure if this is going to work. She didn't admit to physically cheating, even after being pressed about it, constantly after these few days. But I'm 100% not convinced. Many of you have said this in the comments, and it was what I thought as well. Plus, I can't trust anything she says, so I will just believe she went all the way. I mean, why wouldn't she if she took it as far as she did? I have another meeting with my lawyer this week as well, and am seriously wanting to sign a post-nuptial agreement if I even decide to stay. If not, I'll just divorce and work on healing myself. I can't imagine how life will be knowing what I know. Also, she's went with everything I've requested, full phone transparency, sharing location. I blocked and deleted his number, no social media. This is crazy, because I'm not the guy that wants to play prison warden. My loving, trusting marriage is over, so maybe divorce is best. As you can imagine, my mind is ducked, so I don't know if anything is the right choice. Thank you all for your word and stories. It helps. Second update. I value myself more. I gave her divorce papers. This marriage is over. I can't live my life constantly, second-guessing everything. I immediately quieted the mind demons. I feel free. Now, through the other difficult road of divorce. Final update. Hey everyone! A couple days ago I made a post about finding out my wife cheated on me and sent nudes to her co-worker. I have been going crazy over the last few days, and today I finally realized what I want. I want to get a divorce and focus on healing myself. I thought I could get through it, but I can't. I just can't see my life being any better being with her. I can't see a future anymore. I can't ever trust her. I can't be enough for her. So, I'll just be alone. Thanks for you guys' support. It's just a major deal breaker for me, and I chose to stand by my decision. I served her the divorce papers today. She can go be happy. If anyone has advice on what to expect, please share. For context, it was her cousin-in-law. Let's start this story by saying this happened 12 years ago. I'm now happily married with 3 children and regret absolutely nothing. I was with my new ex for 3 years. I had noticed that she was being extremely controlling. I was expected to give every little detail of my day and tell her my schedule in advance, and if I deviated from that, she would be very upset. She chalked it up to just bad feelings she was having and shrugged it off as her paranoia for past relationships of infidelity. I had never once cheated or strayed, and I never gave her a reason to act like this. It felt unbecoming of my fiancé to act in such a way. Now, this is where it gets juicy. After she'd asked for my schedule to make plans, as mine tends to be more hectic than hers, I noticed she was texting someone. In my line of work, if I put in more than 40 hours, I have the ability to take time off at will as long as the work is completed at a later date. I was very good friends with a brother and still am. We laugh about this to this day, and he actively reminds her of it. I messaged him stating I wanted to do something special for her a little bit earlier than our anniversary to make sure it was a special surprise. They both worked in the same fabrication facility. He was a fabricator and she a shipping manager. He was kind enough to let me know her schedule. That's where the discrepancy falls into place. Without my knowledge, she was foregoing overtime. She worked 12-hour shifts Monday through Friday, with the exception of Wednesday, when she would only work half a day. She had been taking Wednesdays off right around the time that she started getting extremely controlling. Lucky for me, I had stacked several days of leisure time up, so taking a Wednesday off, for me, was not an issue. A few days go by and Wednesday's here. I put on my work gear and leave for work. I was expecting her to leave as our apartment complex had 2 exits on the same road I could see directly across from a shopping centre. So I parked my car near the back and waited. After about an hour, I notice a very specific red Mustang with a specific decal on the back window. It was her cousin by marriage. I had also done my due diligence to take an old laptop, which we kept on our desk in an office area, with a full view of the living room, bedroom door and bathroom plus the kitchen. I had set it up for remote access, and had it alert me when the webcam noticed movement. Giving her the benefit of the doubt, I thought he may be dropping something off or coming over to assist her with something, as her family sometimes does. Sure enough, a message came through, so I remote into my laptop. He walks through the door without skipping a beat. She unbuttons his shirt and begins kissing him. I created a URL link for the live stream, and as she was preoccupied, we had a family group text and a friend group text. They were both part of it, but at the current time, they were currently indisposed and didn't look at their phones. They didn't even wait. They could have gone to the bedroom, but no, they decided to get freaky-deaky right there on the couch. I sent the link off to the friend group chat and the family group chat. Within minutes, I'm getting calls non-stop from friends and family alike. There was no turning back. She was getting blown up, but she was ignoring her phone. Not until the fourth or fifth call came through did they decide to take a break. For context, the state I live in allows recording of personal property regardless of occupancy. I was the only one on the lease. She wasn't allowed to be on the lease because of poor credit. The call she had picked up was from her cousin's mother, who she was banging. She answers the phone on speaker, and I kid you not, the first words out of his mother's mouth were, "Stop ducking my son." They both became rigid, and she began to stutter over her words, saying, "What are you talking about?" etc. The mother then divulged that there was a live feed of them sent out by me to her family. She grabbed every pillow off the couch and covered herself up. The cousin staggered off, trying to put on his pants and shoes, just to trip himself up and bang his head off of my coffee table, leaving it with a divot. By this time, I had made my way to the front of the apartment complex. I was there to greet the adulterer as he came out of the front exit. He froze and began to cry, apologizing profusely. I'm not going to lie. What happened afterwards wasn't my best moment, and I nearly got into legal trouble if it weren't for the fact that he was trespassing on private property. Let's just say I had a cast for 6 weeks, and he wasn't in any family photos for months. I went up to the apartment, where she was now fully clothed and crying inconsolably. I asked her if it was snot or cum on her face. Then I told her not to answer because it didn't matter anyway. I gave her 1 hour to remove all her belongings, as again, everything in the apartment was mine except for clothes, some makeup, and a few kitchen utensils. Her mother would not let her move in, as she was just filled with embarrassment. Same for her brothers, and the cousin's mother kicked her son out. Rumour spread around our town very quickly, and for a lack of better words, she was untouchable.